Abu's itching to get on the mic.
Who you are?
He's up to his game. He's not just taking photographs now, he's spitting the lyric as well. That can't do it or won't do it. Oh yeah. It's all the practice we need. Oh, that's it.
Calm down, Dasu.
Samson's lost power.
Let's go.
Hell yeah. Wait.
What's that?
Oh yeah, mate.
Oh, shit, sorry.
Yeah.
I had a bit more power than I thought.
Habitually finding the gap. First time I played it.
Yeah.
Oh!
That one's stuck, it's it? Okay.
Yes, yeah. Sorry? Yeah. That's it.
Dirty goose looking over.
Oh!
Yes, following the froggy.
Miss you in?
Yeah, go on.
Oh, hello. I'm telling you, the arm is very good. My ground field is fine. The arm. Go 9, Ben.
Oh, it's got him! What's going on here? He's better than me in the field.
Alright.
And behind the company track.
That makes sense. Triple captain bid. Have you?
We've only got one game now.
I didn't realise what the state was standing in front of the house.
I didn't point it out. It was Tom Lyra pointed it out.
Why is he like, you know what that means?
Oh no, that was it, yeah.
It's not amongst yourself. Yeah.
Well, good evening from Didsbury Cricket Club here in South Manchester. It's a lovely evening tonight, and we've got some second 11 cup cricket action for you. My name is James Emerson. I'm scoring tonight. I'm Didsbury's scorer. Scoring tonight for Didsbury, so I'm providing the scorer tonight. So I'm going to be learning who's who on their team and writing things down as well. And most importantly, keeping everything updated for you at home. It's the quarter-final of the second 11 T20 Cup tonight. And Didsbury are playing Sale, of course. Sale, who you'll see shortly coming into the view of the screen. They're going to field first. Didsbury have won the toss and have chosen to bat. They've done that in each of their previous two games this campaign. as have Sale, so it's a first experience for Sale to be fielding first in this competition. We've got our umpires out in the middle. Nearest to us is Chris Hyde, and at the far end of Fletchermoss end is Keith Tysall, both friends of mine. I'm standing with Chris on Saturday, and both very good umpires, and good to have them in charge of things tonight. This looks like Richard Adams is going to take the first over. We're just waiting for the Didsbury batsman. Just making a few notes on my sheets. Yeah, it will be Richard Adams who's going to open the bowling for Sale. We've got the two Didsbury batsmen just coming out into shot. They'll be with you fairly shortly. Hashir Khan and Jack Hastings. You'll see the difference in height as they come out, striding out the field. So Hashir is going to take first strike, and Jack Hastings will be the non-striker. We'll just get the graphics sorted out. Let's write this down. So yeah, 20 overs aside. I've got a pink ball, which will be hopefully easier for you to keep track of. The fielding circle, you can maybe see one or two of the discs, but just 2 men out in these first 6 overs.
Off for these boys.
Just getting a cue from the umpire and the walkie-talkie. We're all ready to go. And the first ball about to be bowled, so Richard Adams just getting himself sorted out to bowl to Hashir Khan. We've got a slip. The men back are at fine leg and on the extra cover boundary, and then everyone else is in the ring and basically in a large circle. She drives down the ground nicely, but no run to start with. So we're away with a dot first ball. Adams in again. Driving hard, but that's nicely fielded there by Joe Malloy. He's in there at extra cover. Put one down for Hashir Khan there. My apologies to the Sale captain, as I've managed to misidentify him straight off the bat. It's actually Gareth Watterson, Sale captain, bowling. So we'll just get his name up there on the screen correctly. My apologies. Just sorting out Richard Adams at mid-on, that's why I realised it wasn't him. So just looking around, I think that's Thompson in there at mid-wicket. Again to Hastings, his first ball was into his quite a good tank over this to start with from the Sale captain. Okay, I'm all over the place in the field at the moment. I'm just learning who's who. Thompson's right is the man out on the cover boundary. Just seeing him there. Again, Hastings driving into his foot there. Just spooning up. Jack Hastings been in great form in this competition. 95 not out against Hale Barnes in the first game and 55 at Bowden a couple of weeks back. So he's enjoyed this competition so far. Clips it away for a single. That's not going to be able to stop that out there. Just a single, but nicely fielded. No boundaries in that first over though. Sale will be not on that. So both batsmen away and 2 off the first over. So let's see if we can get the Sale ball right. Grant Whittaker.
Come on, Gattian! Feed me, pal!
deep mid-wicket boundary. That's still Thompson, who hasn't moved from the previous over, and he's got a deep cover. There is 2 men out. So there's some balls to Jack Hastings. Hastings has hammered it into that gap. It's only the single. That's the man on the cover boundary. Field, looks like they're looking at that. Anyway, a single is the result, and the score's 3. Just a quiet start for the Didsbury batsman. So his first 6 overs with most of the fielders within that 30-yard circle. That looks like a hit me ball there, and he has hit it, but straight to Joe Cannon. That extra cover. That's a full toss, and that's hit out. And again, just a single. Thompson coming in off the wicket boundary. So and Hastings has hit that a long way back. Ooh, yeah, first boundary of the evening, a 6. Super hit from Jack Hastings. He's done that many times this season already. And that was a lovely shot. Tempting, he's going to pitch it up to him. He's going to do that every time. So let's see if Whittaker is bowled. But no, Hastings still hits hard into the gap. That's going to be another 4. Not a lot can be done about that from the bowler's perspective, other than put a man back on the boundary.
Go, Grant!
Have to sacrifice the boundary fielder from somewhere else. Hi, Chris. So better over for Didsbury. Hastings showing his liking again for this form of the game. Oh, and he's sent back. That was Vadakat there coming in from cover. It was a bad throw in the end, but no run, no harm done. It's a bit of a wild throw over the wicketkeeper's head. What a dot ball.
Fish sounded like he was playing at Wimbledon there, didn't he? I think that was straight. Yeah, boys!
14 now at 2 overs. So we're going to have a second over. It's a really lovely batting pitch tonight. Fast outfield, so both sides will be looking to capitalise in this first 6 overs. Watterson in, that's down the leg side, but right into the pads. So there's the man back on the cover man again, Thompson. And the fine leg, I find that a bit peculiar. I must say in these first 6 overs to have a sort of a long leg. That's Vadakat down there. Everyone else in the ring. Actually going for a big shot. Big LBW appeal there, but Chris Hyde says no. Possibly judging that leg side.
Keep going, Dave!
There's Watterson in again. And Hashi this time, he's driven it as misfielded though. Sloppy decent field, which is allowed a single. And it's hit straight to the fielder. Forgive me if I've got that wrong, but it was a misfield certainly at mid-wicket, which allowed a single. Hastings on strike. And he's turned that straight to the same man again. So dot ball this time, tidally fielded. And just 1 off 4 balls in this over, so very good. Tight first over for the captain. Watterson, that's really good. Hastings will be looking for to free his arms, but without that leg side, he's clipped it just for a single lock. And that is Richard Adams coming down mid on to field. Turns the ball. way through, so a dot ball. And another good over, just 2 from it. Excellent start for Gareth Watterson there, 2 overs for 4. And Didsbury on to 16. Up to 3 overs now. Another over. From Grant Whitaker. And still no men back. You can see mid-off in shot there. Fielders on the boundary at cover and deep mid-wicket. Everyone's in front of the bat.
Good run.
Just about. Panic at a backward point, and this is Joe Malloy at backward square leg. Other than that, everyone's in front of the wicket. And he's gone again, Hastings. And that's going to be 6 more. Signal by Keith Tyson. Right resistance. He's going to keep doing that, Jack Hastings. That's his shot. And he plays it so well.
Go on, Dick. Go.
Hits it very, very cleanly. But as you can see, the fielder, Jared Moran, trotting back into mid-off, so nobody back still. And Hastings has just dabbed that out, and that's going to be fielded on the cover boundary. Just a single. Field stays the same for Hashir Khan. Field pretty well. And Hashir's gone even further. That shot's gone mad. That's gone into the whack. That's gone right in the on the concrete of the car park. A huge 6 there from Hashir. That's a quiet start for him. A good way to go, and I think we're going to have a slight delay here because that ball, the fielders aren't sure where it's gone. And if it's gone through the railings, bright pink, you should be able to see it fairly easily, but it's going to take a little bit of time to retrieve it, so we're just in for a slight delay here. We're just behind the time. Time is down important here in T20 cricket because of the requirement for teams to bowl their overs in 75 minutes. It's actually, well, it's 70 minutes and 5 minutes of allowances are what is given. I can see, I think that's Lionel Thompson. He's got to go a long way back into the business park to find the ball. He can clearly see it, but that's gone a fair way. So this stoppage, the umpires will make an allowance for. Just about a minute of it so far. Because teams, as I say, have to get through their overs ideally in 70 minutes, but they often will use the 75. And there can be penalties for both innings if the overs aren't bowled in the requisite time. There are not stoppages that can be given. Anyway, we've got the ball back, and we have now got a change of field. So that is Joe Cannon, who's gone way back. You can see him at long off in your shot. So that means Thompson, having run all the way into the business park and all the way back again, has now got to run all the way into the 30-yard circle, because the man, I think that's Ben Watkin on the cover boundary. He's staying where he is. So Thompson has got to come into the circle. So I think he's put his steps in for the day already if he hadn't. Anyway, we're ready for another ball. Ball number 5 in the over. And Hashir just taps that one out to the cover boundary where it's fielded, so a single. 1 more to go in the over. Already 14 off it. Didsbury up to 30 already. Whitaker's just moving. Joe Cannon is coming back across now into shot. So he's gone back to long off now for Hastings, who's hit that way. He hits very straight, Jack Hastings. Not much over mid-wicket. Oh, but he's hit that nicely into the gap, which, yeah, he's done very well to field that, Joe Cannon. Very good indeed. You couldn't see that in your shot, but he had a run round to wide mid-off. and he kept it to 2. Scrawling stop. Put an excellent over for Didsbury. See the run rate starting to pick up 16 off it, so 32 off the first 4 overs.
Yeah, come on, fellas! Up we come then, boys!
Overs for Grant Whittaker.
Come on, the gas was!
We're still gonna, I think, persist with one. Why not? He's bowled 2 overs to 4.
One for us here then, guys. Come on, mate. When he's ready, boys.
Stem this flow of runs. So he's got the sort of fine, well, more sort of long leg. I think Vadakat now is there. Odd position for me in the first 6 overs of a power play. On the extra cover boundary. Shearer's clipped that through the gap between the 2 fielders on Alex side. I think they're going to struggle to stop it. It's such a fast outfield. It's 4 runs for Hashir Khan. Clipped it beautifully through the gap, and once it does get past the fielders, you are going to struggle to stop the ball. You need a skateboard to even have a chance of catching it. Just a slight delay here while Mike Bishop, the wicket keeper, has called for a helmet. He's going to obviously come up to the stumps to try and push the batsman back. And Thompson again in action. He's had to run all the way up with the wicket keeper's helmet. He's run all the way back now to the extra cover boundary. It's quite a long hit this on this offside as you're looking at the picture there. Bashir defends very correctly.
Go, go.
Hey Dan, how are you? Swing and a miss from Hashir, goodness. Got the draft from here for that one. Sorry, talking to myself here, we do that a lot. Just checking, so Ben Watkin is now on the back right, deep mid wicket. Still got that long leg. So nobody on the offside boundary now. Ash's tried to hit through it. He's going to get one. Jared Moran coming round. Can't stop the single, but nicely picked up and well fielded. There's Jack Hastings on the strike. As you can see, start 2 6s and a 4 already for Jack. And he'll be looking to free his arms as best he can. He's flicked that nicely. Oh, lovely shot. Just drifted onto the legs too much. And helped away past square leg. John Muller was there, but could only watch it sail past him. 1 bounce, 4 runs. And after a tidy first over with just 2 from it, and just 2 from the 3rd over as well. Didsbury already into the 40s now. 1 ball left of this 5th over. And that's turned but a dot. Nicely fielded. Everyone done there. So, 5 overs are done, and the score is 41 for no loss. You can see those 2 quiet overs there on the Manhattan, but the other 3 have been expensive from a sale point of view. Let's just see now. Just going to take on the duties from last over a power play. Unchangeable, but I think this is going to be Ben Watkin. I'm just looking through my thoughts to make that. I'm at about 8 o'clock as you're looking at it. Yeah, I think this is Ben Watkin. I've been chatting with him briefly before the game. So we'll go with him anyway. Apologies if it's not you, Ben, but we have to go with someone, and I've nobody with me. Seems left arm. Right, so it's going to be Ben Watkin. Last over the power play, we've got a man back at long on. And a man on the cover boundary as well, with the 2 men out. And he foxes Hashir with his first ball.
Doing bits there, mate, doing bits. Go on, Benny.
So well done him. She's just pushed that out for a single, second ball. Into the colours, Jared Moran fielding.
Good, Ben.
Second to 42. So long off now in position for Jack Hastings. Oh, that's gone up in the air. Now Jared Moran is coming. I think that's going to drop. Oh yeah, it was a difficult one. He's got a single, Hastings. It's only one run. Young Jared was chasing after that. It was probably swirling and going all over the place. He was running backwards. Very, very difficult to catch that. I don't really think it's a half chance really. Single for Hastings. He gets away with that. That's nicely hit it, but well fielded. Joe Malloy, your diving stop just out of your shot there, but I can tell you that was 4 runs all the way. That was not a great ball. And the one man there behind square. Joe Malloy, very good diving stop. No run. But Ashley's got that one through. And that's gone between the two fielders. And another 4 for Hashir Khan. Strain again. Ben Watkin, he got away with the previous one, but not that one. So Didsbury almost onto the 50 in the power play. It's a great start for them. They'll be happy with this. The last ball, the power play overs, and Ashley has gone whack, and I think that's gone over the fielder's head, has it? No, he hasn't. It's well caught on the cover boundary. And I think that is Conor Diaz. I'm going to put that down for him. I can't be certain, and I apologise if I've got that wrong. It was certainly caught, which is the key thing, and Hashir Khan is out. So he's gone for 20, a run of all 20, 6 and 2 fours. And we've had the power play. So 6 overs, 47 for 1. Didsbury, very pleased with that. Very bright start in that partnership of 47 and 36 balls. We're going to see Tom Bidwell on tour coming into bat. Here we are. Tom coming into ball, and I think we're looking at seeing. Now I'm going to have my Richard ball in the Bristol by mistake. But I think this is going to be
Come off, fellas!
yeah, I'm just checking with my binoculars, so we are going to have Richard out now. Let's get him in
Keep
there.
here, fancy a truck, Rob. Hey, mate. No idea.
And Tom Bidwell will be on strike as the batsman crossed.
Who else? Who else? Not bad, you? To be honest, mate, it's probably the soundest out of the lot of them.
So, sorry, just writing down a couple of notes as I'm three things at once. So Didsbury will be happy with this start. 47
me,
off the power play,
boy!
and the left-handed Tom Bidwell now. Got the left-right combination in. Back cover and deep mid-wicket, and third man. Bidwell off the mark straight away. Takes that out.
Come on, boys!
For a single. So, still for Jack
Come on,
Hastings
Jimmy!
to cover out that kind of, well, almost long leg really. Man out at deep mid-wicket.
Come on, the go black!
Looking out of the window, and I can see a man at long on as well. Guess we've got long on back as well, so yeah, just 4 in the circle. 2 on 2 off basically, and a nice easy single. One can't stop that one at backward square leg. Well, Didsbury have had a very contrasting path to the quarter-finals. The first game was a huge win, very comfortable victory for them, but second round at Bowden, the match was tied and Didsbury won it in the super over. Past the edge. In that Bowden game, Tom Bidwell came in at number 7. Some real impetus. Didsbury was struggling. And they hit 43 off 26. Took them up to 151, which Bowden looked for a long time like they were going to overtake easily. But somehow ended up needing 4 off the last ball to tie, and they got it wide. That first wide, first extra actually of the evening. So that's,
come on, boys!
those. But yes, in that Bowden game, it was an amazing finish. They needed 4 off the last ball and just got them as well. And we had a super over, which.
How you going? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Still bowling shite, but still taking wickets.
Went out to bat in the super over. Did a 2 and a 4, and then there was a wide. There was a bit of leg by off the first ball, and that was that.
Only one of them played against you. You know the right arm where came off the end.
2 contrasting wins.
We played tonight.
For Didsbury.
Okay, so he'll bowl his 12, and I'll get a go if needed.
Short. Again, really well fielded, Joe Malloy. I suppose a bit disappointed as well that over the keeper's head, but it's backed up, so there's no extra run. Tom Bidwell hit that really crisply. And again, another diving effort.
Good to see you. See you.
Plenty of vision there.
See you later, mate. Go on, Jimmy.
As we move on to. We're just past the 50 now. 51, last ball of this over. That's a nice hit from Hastings. Easy run. It's Thompson out here that you can't see coming in off the boundary. So that's 5 off that over. Just 4 singles and a wide. And as we move on to 52 of the 7 overs so far. Very good opening partnership. Bashir and Jack Hastings getting things off nicely. Going to have another over, so this time with more protection on the boundary. He's got long off and long on. Deep mid wicket.
Yeah.
Deep cover. He's keeping 5 in the circle. Just pulling Joe Malloy around to sort of forward square. Well, no, he's pushed Malloy out now to deep mid wicket. And move line on Thompson down to deep square leg. So just 4 in. Just 1 man in the circle on the leg side. That's Richard Adams. 3 on the offs. There's plenty of room on this leg side for 1s and 2s if they want to work it. And Hastings in the end there can just pass it out into the offside. No run. That's the captain prowling there at point. Not all the time in the world to ease back and hit that for a single.
Good lads, good.
To 1.
Come on in the one kick. Line or up. Joey, you go this square. Yeah. That flag over. This one.
Just organising the field.
Yeah, looks good.
Come in
Good.
from the left hand.
Not bad.
2 men back on the leg side. It's now 2 in the circle on the offside, 2 in the circle on the leg side. Deep cover, deep backward square, deep mid wicket. And Bidwell's gone for the roll and he's found it easily. Another 6, that's the 4th 6 of this Didsbury innings. And he did that to good effect at Bowden as well, Tom Bidwell.
Yeah. It's just it.
Another delay as the ball's gone over the fence. You can see it on the road.
Come on, fellas! Go again, Ben. Go again, lads. Come on.
Another slight delay. They're going to have to trot out and get this one. You can see it, but it's just getting out of the ground to find it. Just another, hopefully not too long delay. Obviously, it's in Sale's interests to keep the game moving because they want as much
Come on, lad.
possible to bat in for their chase. Where we go, it's going to be probably another hour before we get batting. At least. I feel I can just see now out of my view from the scorebox as I'm about 8 o'clock as you're looking at your screen. Right across the ground. You can see the field has just crossed the road and retrieved it from trying to find it. He's had to go over a wall and into someone's garden, I think, to find it. That went a long way. It bounced possibly on the road and then skipped up over a hedge. So, it's a bit frustrating, but there should really be a supply of spare balls here as well. I don't know what was arranged beforehand. Appreciate the ball's only 7 overs old, but there needs to be a supply on hand to stop this kind of thing, these longer delays. But at the moment the umpire's happy to let the fielders try and retrieve the ball they've been using. There's no sign of the fielder I saw was scaling a small wall. I can see him now. Has he found it? They found it. And I think the homeowner had to come out as well to help him get hold of it. Now he's got to cross a fairly busy Wilmslow Road at this time of the evening. And his cricket shoes as well, that'll be a bit more hazardous than normal. So just to delay while the fielder gets across safely. He's running back round now to the main entrance. So, only 3 minutes this delay. While we're doing this. But finally, you can just see the ball coming back into a shot now. We've got there. So.
Come on now, Benji.
3 minutes of a delay there. So 4 minutes lost already. Umpire's keeping a check. This is ball number 4 of the over. Watkin, and Bidwell's going to go again with that one. That's gone. That's gone even further. Now they've got to get a spare ball now. I mean, that's gone miles. 6 more runs. I mean, that was a 12 really. That I could see that from where I was, soaring away. And having had a long delay already, just get a spare ball, fellas. We can't be looking for that one again. Oh, actually,
Now, fellas, come on, let's hear us all there.
we found it. Somebody found it. I think there might be 1 or 2 of Sale members possibly out there who still hadn't come back from getting the previous ball. And we're on hand to pick that one up. Helpful. Right. Let's see what happens. Now, if he pitches it up again, Tom will just swing the same. So he's done it again, though. Very full this time. He's driven it through extra cover. That's going to be a quick Joe Malloy coming round. Oh, he's kept it to 1. Gosh, that's very good fielding. I would have thought 2 there all day long, but no. Exceptional job fielding already tonight. That was a good throw, kept that to 1. Hiya. Yeah, good, thank you. Paul Batter's been a Sale. I think he's a Sale chairman still. And now watching this game tonight, and dot to end the over. 14 runs off an elongated over in the end. And Didsbury onto 66 off 8 overs. A tremendous start. Bidwell already on 15 off just 7 balls with those 2 huge sixes. Hastings momentarily quiet, but he's on 30 off 21, which will do very nicely.
Yeah, fine here.
It's 2 overs. That over took 6.5 minutes. And so on. So we'll see what allowances the umpires make for that at the end of the innings. So 12 overs to bowl. Sale can get through them by about 7:30. You can see how
Go, boys.
he's just coming now. Although he did extended his run from the previous over. But no. In he comes now, bowling to Bidwell. That's nicely done. And for a moment, Hastings hesitated there. It was hit straight to the fielder. That's Joe Cannon, who picked the ball up but didn't seem able to gather it to really ping it in. And in the end, Hastings got home comfortably. Single for Bidwell. And Hastings on strike. Now hits that very hard. I can't see where it's gone out of my window, but it is just 1 run again. Probably hit too well. Jack Hastings on that occasion. 2 men back. Long one still back for Tom Bidwell. So down there on the steep wicket ground, it's a much longer hit than the other side of the ground. If he wants to go leg side, Tom. But he's gone offside. He's hit that very hard. Straight to the man on the cover boundary. So just the one.
Come on, fellas!
The ones are the important things. It's been like he at least one ball from here. Already going at 8s. And that's a nice shot. Thompson's going to have to work about that. To dive, he can't stop 2. He's done very well to stop the 4, to be honest.
Hit it far out of hand there, sorry boys.
Lovely outfield here at Didsbury. Sliding stop. Absolutely saved 2 runs there. He's looking in good form again now. Into the 30s, he's pulled that just short on the man at deep in wicket. Double single. Oh, and that's hit Richard Adams. It wasn't the greatest throw. It bounced up awkwardly in front of the line. Failed a bit of a look, I think. Yes, Hastings, as I said earlier, 95 not out, and 55 in the previous 2 innings, and now 34 not out. Doctor finished the over. Richard Adams will be pleased with that at least. 9 overs gone, 72. Let's see the 4 bowlers used by Sale so far.
Lefty or righty?
2 slow bowlers have been particularly expensive. Bowled particularly badly, it's just the nature of this game. And only 2 men out. There's not a lot you can do. This is going to be Watkins' 3rd over. He's got a similar field to the previous over. He's got 4 men out. Sorry, 5 men I can see out now on the boundaries at different points. Hastings is, that's really leg by. Hastings just let it hit him right. But Keith Tyson was playing a shot. Gets a leg by.
I know, lads.
Enjoyed that bowling of Ben Watkin in the previous over, 2 huge 6s onto the road. He's tried to go again.
Yeah, really
Watkin
good,
did
Ben.
it that time, well bowled.
That work, Benny!
It was just held up a little.
Keep going, Ben!
Bidwell swung too early. That's well done. That's tossed up. That's hit straight to the man.
Yeah.
He's caught it. Brilliant.
Yes,
He's
come
caught
on.
it. Bidwell, you can see he's furious with himself. I think that is Colin Diath again. And that was a great catch. Conrad, if it's not you, I do apologise, but I think that was you. I'm trying to work out who's wearing the Sale team. It was a terrific catch. It was hit hard, but it was dipping as it got to the fielder. Low down. He had to dive forward. And held on very, very well. So that's a real boost for Sale. 2nd wicket. Tom Bidwell looking dangerous, but out this time 17 for him off 12 balls. Certainly a very useful innings, and good impetus. Yeah, 26 they added, and this looks like James Micklethwaite striding out.
I feel like that's something we've talked about. It's in discussion. Maybe you
because
weren't.
nobody
Maybe you were
moved.
ones that
Last
week.
shot was hit really cleanly.
Normally it's the final drowning out everyone else.
So Ben Watkin, a second wicket, and it's the same combination. Although all catches are good catches in that sense. That really was a terrific effort.
Wise decision,
And they had to
transferring you
take
in,
that
mate.
catch, and it was an important one too because Didsbury are building up a head of steam here.
Not bad.
So James Micklethwaite in, right-hander, and he's just
Yeah,
forward
good, that's it.
very early.
Very good in there, mate.
That's had a cut. Stuck in the run there. Micklethwaite drives, and that's just a single. Down to long off.
Come on, lad. Come free here.
So last ball of the over, just one off the bowler and a leg by. That's a full toss. Now as he hit it straight to the man. Oh, another great catch. That's another great catch. That is Joe Cannon. Oh, what a catch. What an over for Sale. Hammered hard, a poor ball in truth, or a full toss. Hastings' eyes lit up. And he hammered it, and it was travelling down there to wide long on, where Joe Cannon moved round and caught hold of a rocket. So that's two fantastic catches in and over, and Sale will be absolutely delighted. And really turned the game round at the halfway stage. 74 for 3. 72 for 1 at the start of the over, and so just the 2 runs and 2 wickets in that over. Very much Sale's best over of the match so far. We've got Matthew Laker, left-hander. I think they want to keep the right and left-hand thing going. So they've sent Matthew Laker in. It's a very capable Didsbury side, this. Very versatile order. Just a word for Ben Watkin. 3 for 21 now from his 3 overs, so he'll be delighted with that. Hello, Finn. He'll be absolutely delighted with that, but he's got he owes his teammates a drink, I think, there for those 2 catches. Conor Diath and Joe Cannon. Absolutely superb. Off the mark straight away with a single. Flipped out. Deep square. In the ring now, we've got the deep mid wicket with long leg and cover on the boundary, but everyone else is in the ring. This is a good move from Sale. They're trying to just squeeze a little bit. Now that is James Micklethwaite's shot. He'll play that shot all day, every day. It's one of those where you just see the silhouette of the player, and you have to say who played that shot. You would know it was James Micklethwaite. And see how quickly it takes Sale to work out. If you roll there, that's what he'll do to you. Velikati could do with staying at 3rd man, to be honest. Well, in fact, of course he is now. He's trotting across because we've got the left-hander on strike. Matthew Laker. John Malloy fielding there. Sale's 5th bowler is going to have to be introduced at some point. I imagine Watkin will bowl out. Why or not. After that, we'll need that 5th bowler, and the 4 bowlers doing a decent job. Taking this run rate back, it was well into the 8s to start, but under 7.5 now. So that last previous over with the 2 wickets was a real crucial over for them. 2 very well set batsmen. Unable to find any gaps as this Sale have, I think, attacked here at the right moment. All men, just the 3 men out.
Work you boys!
One dropping back now. This last ball will be over. And it's been a good over. So, having said that, I think that's going to be 5 wides, unfortunately. Yes. It is 5 wides. It's unfortunate. That was a bit of a gift for Didsbury, and they needed that because they were getting comes up in that over. But that 5 wides just takes the pressure off them a little bit. Score to 83. So they have to have this last one. That really well. To get him away and then a gift. 5 runs. Just taking a single off the last ball, so pinch the bowling. Got a good over for Didsbury. 10 from it. And they needed that to get the momentum back for them, so 84 off 11 overs is the score. Those 2 wickets just on Manhattan there, just slowing things right down. Right, just picking up again, just nicely. And yes, as I thought, Ben Watkin is going to
I know, Benny!
have his last over. And why not? Matthew Laker on strike. Watkin is going to come over the wicket. To the left-hander. Conservative start from Matthew, just pushing once, just getting himself going.
Come on, fellas!
Sensible stuff. The left-hand, right-hand combination working. Forcing changes in the field, it all takes time. And they don't get allowances for this, Sale, certainly. Jared just trotting right across there. He's coming out onto the edge of the ring. Extra cover. And there's Micklethwaite. On strike and beaten. Still trotting forward. Good length. That's the length of the ball there, Watkin. 24 and seems to be in business. And that's his little dab shot again, and it's got past the fielder. Just keep it to 1 more. So some nudging and nurdling going on now. Didsbury. Slipping down the order.
Lilo, lefty.
Jason Jeffrey, Chris Elston, Miles Amian, very capable.
On fellas! Mind your way.
Ryan Wilson, Ed Cat and Rohan Agarwal tonight. The 11 for Didsbury. Can hold of that certainly, but it's these 2 in the next 3 now who are really going to have to push the score up. I suspect after this start we're looking at 160 as a minimum.
Love that for you, Jimmy. Love that, mate.
About 8 overs on at the moment. Predictions are for between 145 and 155 on the graphics I'm looking at, which is defendable but gettable, I would say. I want to push it as much as they can, but at the moment Didsbury struggling to find the boundary. Having said that, yeah, let's push that right into the corner beautifully, actually away. The fielder was coming over and put that off, but the bounce took it past him. So a welcome boundary for Didsbury. First one in nearly 4 overs. And a couple of 6s in the 8th over. So that was a welcome hit for Didsbury, but a good recovery from Ben Watkin, who's finished his spell now. 3 for 28 off his 4, so he'll be pleased with his night's work, and that's not too bad at all for him. We've got a little crowd gathering down here at Didsbury tonight. It's a lovely evening for watching some cricket, and it should be a good game, this one. Didsbury top of the second 11 Premier Division, Sale going well in Division 1. They won on Saturday, I'm right in saying, so they're second in that division. So 2 sides in good form. This is this last quarter final. So Didsbury got here with 2 contrasting, and Sale have had 2 kind of similar victories. Batting first, they beat Urmston by 19 runs and Timperley by 29 runs, so they've not travelled very far. 2 matches, so both decent wins, good wins, it's decent sides. A test for them tonight.
Good job.
They've done okay. Still very much in the balance in this 13th over, 91 for 3. Didsbury. It's going to be this 5th bowler for Sale. I'm going to be intrigued to see how that works out for them. Whether it'll be 2 bowlers sharing the overs. That's a huge edge from Matthew Laker, but the cat was down there at 5 third man, keeps it to 1. Raza Mayan just in front of me, just checking they've only had 4 bowlers, and they have. Captain's got 1 over left. Gareth Wattis and Grant Whittaker's 2. These 2 have gone for 28 so far, though. And this is Adams' last one, and what a good ball! Another good ball, a good last over. This will be for him, for Richard Adams. He's clean ball, James Micklethwaite, and that is a good, very useful wicket for Sale. Micklethwaite not really committing to the shot. It was a bit airy-fairy, it looked to me. And he was clean ball, full length ball. Richard Adams does that very well, just pitches it up. Reasonable pace, dinks it about. He's got his rewards there with a very useful wicket indeed. And Didsbury have got to start again. Chris Elsdon coming out, tall right-hander. We'll see him coming shot in a moment. And splendid green helmet Chris has got. So not that there's really any problems working out which one he is. That green helmet really helps set him apart. And an interesting state of the game. These wickets that Sale have taken, although 92 is more than they'll have wanted to concede, the 4 wickets have kept them right in the game. No doubt about that. That will be their focus now. If they can just keep chipping away at these wickets and stop any real momentum and partnerships developing, they've got every chance of keeping this more around the 140 mark. And that's a very chaseable score. Just take a few balls just to get the feel of things out there. There's only 7 overs left after this one, 2 balls left in this over, and then just 42 more deliveries to be bowled. So finish a good over as well as he can. Oh, and that's dropped. That's dropped. He edged out. I think he was trying to manoeuvre it down to 3rd man. You've seen rehearsing the shot there. The thick edge. Mike Bishop couldn't hold on behind the stumps. A shame, but at least it's a dot ball, so no further damage done. So last ball of Richard Adams' spell. Very good spell this has been. Calling for a single that they take in the end after looking to Matthew Laker. So just 2 off the over and a wicket, and that is a terrific effort from Richard Adams. I'll be very pleased with that, so he should be 4 overs, 1 for 23 for him. Very well bowled. You can see those partnerships have just, after that first one, just going somewhere a bit more. It's been a game because this is goal. There's a 7-0. This is a slow ball. 5 men on the boundary in different parts. Just let that go. Might be looking for a walk. Umpire Keith Dizel. Happy with that. Deep mid wicket, deep square leg, deep cover. Thick edges that could have started spinning on past the field on the ball. Some field altering now slightly.
You're right, Tommy.
Thompson's come into
Steve Mycock said he hates you.
the circle. The field is circles. Jared Moran shooting round as well.
I have been thinking about that.
Deep cover, deep.
Don't want to swear in this specific.
Coming back in, everyone else. We've got deep square legs
Go
coming
more
out
on
now.
field with midfield in it.
He's going to battle the Googler.
Deep cover.
Yeah.
What do you make your team start so far?
Oh, sure. It's not been great.
Back of point.
really good
Blake has
point.
hit a full toss. I think into the gap. Has he? No. That's really well caught again. Way down in the distance. I think that was Grant Whittaker. Yes, it was. Grant Whittaker down there. Hit very, very firmly. Matthew Laker. Not the greatest ball, but a very smart catch right on the boundary. And Sale again in business with another wicket. Another great catch in the deep. And Didsbury are, I think, in a little bit of bother here. 94 for 5. I'm expecting to see Jason Jeffrey come in to bat. And it is indeed going to be Jason.
Just off camera,
John
Joey.
Chris Elston. He's only faced 5 balls himself, just 2 runs for him.
So,
Come on, fellas!
These two are really going to have to do some thinking now. The rates dip below 7.
Conversation.
And Sale are looking at keeping this around the 140 mark at the moment.
Isaac, what do you make of the score so far?
I think the score is it's a bit in the balance, really. I think the fact that they are 5 wickets
they're
down
taking these
slightly
5
tilted in
wickets.
Sale's favour, but
1 clean ball, but
these
4
two can build a
very
healthy
good
partnership
catches in the
and take
deep.
it then it's anybody's game to lose. Slash win. Don't really know, Tom.
Thanks for
They'll be
joining us.
absolutely delighted. Certainly got the upper hand at this point in the game. Cannon in. Elston. He's on a strike. That's one cross, well that was in the air. Dabs that down again for another 1. Jason Jeffrey, the right-hander. Mr. Banning much higher up the order than this. He's got a job to do down the order today, and he's hit that very hard, his first ball. Between the two of them. And that's a nice start for Jason Jeffrey. 2 fielders, John Loyal and Aaron Thompson, desperately trying to stop that. It was just hit too low in the end. A welcome boundary for Didsbury. And they're going to need a few more of those and some smart running here. That's a good start for Jason Jeffrey. He's down the pitch and he's going to take an easy run. Jared Malloy going to field, single for Jason Jeffrey. And he's pinched the strike as well. So 14 overs, Didsbury exactly 100 now. And the wicket, Joe Cannon's first over. You can see the scorecard there, and it's really a tale of starts not built upon. Sale have done very well to peg that early flow of runs. It's been done wonderfully well in the power play, and then a wicket off the very last ball. I think we're going to now see Whittaker coming back. Excuse me from Sale members or supporters watching. Yes, it is Grant Whittaker. Just getting familiar with the players and trying to find out who's who. Trusty binoculars, but I think we've got Whittaker. He's changed ends. He bowled from the other end, Fletcher Moss end to start with, 2 overs for 28 there. Jack Hastings particularly, and Hashir Khan giving him some pretty rough treatment, but he's switched ends and it's a different stage of the game now. He's bowling to Jason Jeffrey. Full toss to start with, which Jeffrey just pokes out into the offside. That'll take a single. Deep mid wicket and deep backward square leg. Square leg. Protection on the leg side. Short fine leg. Deep extra cover as Elsdon is on strike. And he's dabbed that away. And just again taking the one. Happy to do that. Still sort of want to be busy around the crease. Just keep the scoreboard ticking. 102 now. Just been up to get some momentum back into this innings. Down the pitch nicely. So that's they'll be looking at to set 160, but they're going to have to go some to do that. At the moment, they're not looking beyond 150 on the predictions, so let's see how they play. Elston down the pitch. Well, now that he's going to have to get a move on there, Jason Jeffrey. There was some hesitation. It wasn't a great throw from Joe Cannon. He was right on the edge of the circle. Jeffrey seemed a little hesitant at first. You can see him holding his hand up there. It was Elsdon's call. If they'd both gone straight away, there wouldn't have been a problem, but that was almost a mess. And again, just one out there. One of the aft going round. And single, so one off every ball so far in this over. I don't think Whittaker will be too sorry about that. And it's going to be just singles off every ball, which I think will suit Sale a lot more than Didsbury. But Didsbury didn't lose any wickets at that over at least. They just had a couple of trying to quieten it down, a couple of quieter overs. See the Sale bowlers there. Whittaker's third over just bowled. I presume he's going to bowl his four. It's just going to be the 5 bowlers, I think. Looks like it anyway. So Joe Cannon, Whittaker and Captain Gareth Watterson. So we do now 15 overs, 5 overs left. Just over an hour's play, so we should be okay for time. That's skewed over the man's head. A point and gone for 4. Elson's got hold of that one. So I was just looking at something else there on my sheet. Well, skewed it way over the head. The captain.
Come on, boys.
Points, no chance at all.
Keep
Catching
sail
anything
then.
like that. Good start to the over for Chris Elston. 4 runs. 110 the score. And he's hit that way down too long off. Let's see them. Shot there.
Going, fellas, going. Away, boys, lively.
Just an hour and 3 minutes now, so we should be, Sale should be absolutely fine. Hit nicely by Jeffrey, but down to Joe Malloy.
Good, boys, good.
Almost did it too well and could have been another caught in the deep victim, but bounced well in front of Joe Malloy. Just happy to stop it, keep it to a single. Elston has hit hard there, and that's down to 1 coming in.
Watch, good.
Keeping that to 1.
Stand it there, fellas. Keep going, Joe. Go!
And again, Jeffrey hitting that down carefully.
Yeah, well done, mate.
Wasn't waste time or anything like that. Elston's gone big, and that's gone in the gap. They're not going to be able to stop that. Oh, brilliant effort from... He's done it. Oh, has he done it? Oh, that's unlucky. That is really unlucky, Joe Malloy there. Diving effort.
Lucky, mate.
He had to run a long way round to deep mid wicket.
Yeah, boys.
But it just got away from him for 4. He got hold of the ball and then it sort of just wriggled away underneath him. Oh, desperately close for him. t-shirt with glasses on.
Fancy lad.
Shorts, yeah, just looking down now, yeah. No, the one next to him.
Come on, pal.
Anthony now. Yeah.
Nice and noisy, Isael. Come on, boys.
Battersby there was just wanting to talk to our PA wizard and sound and streaming wizard, Anthony. We need to get back to the cricket ground. Whittaker last over. Jason Jeffrey on strike.
Yep.
He's going to take a single. Just going to graphic up there while it takes place. That's my fault. It's on to 119 for 5. These two just building up a bit of momentum. 25 or 16. Elston making that. He's found the gap this time. He's going to get at least 2.
Easy.
To run back away. 2 runs it is. Not many 2s. It's the first 2 since when was the last 2? The 9th over. So, again, a measure of how well Sale have fielded. Ball. Just a single that time. Jason Jeffrey now on the strike. And he's looking for that short boundary. The man's out there, caught it again. Oh, that's Joe Malloy. That was it, like a rocket. And Malloy, cool as you like, moved a few paces to his right and pouched it. Well, what a terrific piece of fielding. And that's the 6th Didsbury wicket to score 122. Jason Jeffrey out for 11 off 9 balls. He got a little bit of momentum going at least with Chris Elston there. But it's a real good wicket for Sale again, just as a partnership was building. The Didsbury batsman manages to pick Sale field straight out. Razamian comes in. And he's got some batting to do. There's still 3 overs and 2 balls to bowl. You see on your screen there, the rate is 7. I want that nearer 8 Didsbury really. Certainly over 7.5. Going to take a fair bit of doing. Gareth Watterson's still got 1 over to bowl. Well, I reckon in time we should be absolutely fine, I think. So there's going to be no issues with that either. And as you can see on your screen, bright sunlight, lovely evening. You can't see it. There's a good little crowd built up before the pavilion, watching an intriguing battle, which is one way and then the other, and Sale just back in the ascendancy with that 6th wicket they've taken. This one's can only defend that away. And they're going to take 1 off that last ball. So that's the over bowl. 17 overs, 123 for 6 to score on Grant Whittaker. Finished his overs, 4 overs, 1 for 39, a little on the expensive side, but that wicket in the last over, really, really important. Jason Jeffrey just hitting the ball very nicely, cleanly.
Hey Joe, any bonus points for a wicketkeeper taking a catch out his natural habitat? Ah!
Deep square, leg right on the boundary. Cool as you like. Sale fielded very, very well, and that gives them a chance. They've bowled their overs well, despite the delays with the lost balls. They've bowled their overs tidily and well. They've fielded very well. And they've got 3 overs now to keep this below 150. I think they are really in the game. Certainly with the start Didsbury made, would have been looking in excess of 160, but such has been the quality of the effort from the fielding side. kind of mowed that a bit, pulled it round and joined the light. A lot of fielding work tonight from both sides.
That tried its best.
All over the ground, really, both sides on the boundary.
Do it.
I guess probably saved 4, 5, 6 runs, something like that. Terrific catch. Last over. Rans has got a big edge. Vadaketis picked it up cleanly. Oh. Now, if he could have got it directly there, right onto the stumps, that would have been probably out. Big drive from Rans, but just found the edge. The Didsbury hopes for the big hit. He won't think on Chris Elston. He has to get the ball, he's put it up in the air now. I think he's got away with that, has he? Yeah, it's gone, bounced in between two fielders. Difficult to call it a chance as such. It was one of those chipped up. John Malaya to come right in off the boundary. Captain up to that, so Richard Adams had to run back. A bit of shadow there. It was up high in the sky. Not single as a result anyway. Won't be too unhappy with that save. Around there at extra cover, just fielding. They don't mind these ones now. Don't mind the ones at all. There's 5 singles in this over. For Sale. Find the boundary. He's going to need to do. He's going to come at that. He's just well, he's not, but in the end, he's just decided to keep straight. So, single off every ball in that over. You can hear the noise the South fielders are making, and they know they've given themselves every chance with 2 overs left. You can see the regular fall of wickets on that worm, which has really hampered his progress, and that 160 is looking long on. But they've got to try and get it as near to the 150 as they can. So we're going to have the captain, Gareth Watterson. Got 1 over to ball, with an excellent opening spell. First 2 overs just went for 4 runs. 9 off his third.
Hi there, I'm just joined by 4th team captain and pride of Sale Cricket Club, William Radcliffe. William, what do you think of Sale's fielding today? There's been some excellent catches on display, brilliant ground fielding. Anything you'd like to add, sir?
Some really, really good catches here.
Probably a 4-minute allowance for the lost balls as well. Although why there weren't spares available, we don't know. But anyway, it's no consequence because we've still got plenty of time. An evening of natural light to enjoy the Sale chase. At the moment, it looks like it's going to be a chase of around about 140. Predictions on the screen in front of me are saying around that 140.
Cheers, Nasser. Back to you in the studio.
Oh gosh, what a six. From Elston, that's gone to miles. 6 runs. Well, what a start to Gareth Watterson's last over. That was a lovely hit. Chris Elston. It was a 6, I think, just about on any ground in Cheshire. A 12 on some. It's a long hit down there.
Come on, guys!
And that's given everyone on the Didsbury side a boost. So a bit of thinking to do for the Sale skipper. Oh, he's gone straight down. It's going to be 4 byes, unfortunately. Oh, what was it? Wides even. That's 4 byes. I couldn't see which side of the wicket that had gone. But yeah, by Chris Hyde. 4 byes. So again, Didsbury will take that as an absolute gift, a very welcome gift as well. 10 runs off the first 2 balls. And suddenly, 150's on again. Which they will be happier with. Swing start. Good push in there. Razamian knew he was running to the danger end. Happy to keep Chris Elson on strike.
Come on, boys!
To Didsbury. So Didsbury into the 140s now already. And looked fair way from that. That's 6 off the first ball. Changed the momentum. Slower ball. Oh gosh, and he's miscued it. And that's easily caught. Oh gosh, well there we go again. An easy catch. Scrub. Wicket again. overs. So, again, a funny over. That was probably the most hittable ball that he's bowled. And all Elston could do, having hit so well, was spoon it up in the air. And he's out. The 7th Didsbury wicket falls with a score on 141. 18.4 overs bowled. And that's the Didsbury captain, Ryan Wilson. And he hasn't batted very much this season, Ryan. So, quite a time to be coming into that. He's not to be on strike. That's been crossed. But again, Sale just taking a wicket at a key time. And putting themselves back in the contest. And Raza Mian has played a nice shot now. He's dipped that round the corner. Not going to be stopped. Joe Malloy ran a long way. Couldn't get to it. Not a great ball in truth down that leg side. And Mian just scooped it round. And the welcome four, so what a curious over. 16 off it, 12 off about 4 byes and the wicket. And that was 145, so again, top end of the prediction now, and the 150 is looking possible. And it's very much game on. And the ball to go in this over. And Mian has slapped it, and very well fielded. That's Joe Cannon who's going to be bowling this last over. Acrobatic stuff from him. So, we've had 19 overs, and Didsbury 146, 4-7. Captain finished. See the partnerships there. Some momentum. Alston and Jeffrey got going, but then but after that opening partnership, it's all been, from Didsbury's point of view, snuffed out far too early. So we'll be delighted with the job they've done, of course. Watterson finishing his overs, 4 overs, 1 for 26, so 2 overs for 4, and his last 2 overs go for 22. He'll be a bit disappointed with that, but a wicket in that over, very useful. And Joe Cannon is going to bowl the last over of the innings. Raz's had a huge wind at that, but didn't make any connection at all. I'll be very happy to start with a dot ball. So 5 men back on the boundary, and Raz's looking for the gap. Only going to get one. That's Landon Thompson. Mian chips it out, deep square leg. So Captain Ryan Wilson. So he's hardly batted this season. All the time coming, he's going to have to try and get bat on ball straight away, and he has done. And they might even get 2 here. That's dropped nice and short, and they are going to get 2. Thompson's the man got to come sprinting in. Can't really stop 2 there either. There's a little delicate dab from Ryan Wilson. Around the corner. Thompson was at deep backward square leg, had to charge around. Nothing he could do to stop the 2 there. So 150 metres, 3 balls left of the innings. And that's LBW. Joe Cannon with another wicket. Didsbury captain Ryan Wilson, LBW for 2. And that's another Didsbury wicket falling, the 8th. Score at 149.
Hi, I'm just joined by Dan Newsom, who's currently out for concussion.
Must be asked about how many balls remain, and then Cat's got 2 balls to try and, ideally from Didsbury's point of view, 12 runs. I think that's a bit unlikely. But certainly they want to find 2 a ball, I would think. But it's going to be a fascinating chase. Sale have done very well to peg this back. It's still a challenging target, it is gettable. And it's been a great effort in the field from the Sale team. 2 balls left, here's Cannon in. Head Cat chips out. He's only going to get 1 now. Sheridan's coming round at the mid-wicket. So 150 is up. Showing something of a relief, and I would imagine Ramsey is going to just go for glory. Might as well off this last ball. He's gone for a reverse sweep, or a reverse hoik, that's the description. It's going to be 1 leg bye. It's a leg bye, yes indeed. So, a leg bye is bowled. I do wish to end the over and the end of the innings. And now you see the Didsbury innings, 151 for 8. A good effort from the Sale team, but a good, not the worst batting effort in the world by Didsbury. We'll be disappointed not to have got past the 160 mark for sure, but from where they were and stuttering a little bit, 129 for 6 with 2 overs to go. I'll be delighted to have taken 22 runs off the last 2 overs at least, to give them a challenging target, but a gettable one, 151. So Sale will need 152 to win in 20 overs. We should be starting in about 10 minutes time, and we'll rejoin the commentary. Will be starting up again then. Last year we'll keep going with the graphics on screen. There are the Sale bowling figures. Good effort by all of the bowlers, wickets all round, and some excellent catches as well in the deep. So Sale need 152 to go to finals day, and we'll see how they get on in just under 10 minutes time. Welcome back to Didsbury Cricket Club, where we're just about to get underway in the Sale reply. They are looking for 152 to book a place at finals day. And it's going to be a fascinating innings. Fascinating chase. Just talking briefly to the Sale captain in the interval. He felt it was about par, 150-ish, 151 for 8. Didsbury finished with. All good, Chris. So we're ready to get going. Matthew Lake is going to bowl the first ball from his Parswood end. Chris Hyde at his end. It's gone to Connor Diath, who's edged straight away, but down to third man where one of the two fielders out of the circle. Two men allowed out deep. Managwal is that man. One man down, third man. And the left-handed Ben Watkin on strike. Tom Bidwell is the other man out. He's on the cover boundary and he's just got his hands outstretched to check that's where they want him. He's got 3 out now. Chris Elson's staying in. He was going out deep in the wicket, but he's come back in. So Bidwell stays out on the cover boundary, and Rowan Agarwal at third man. So everyone else in the ring.
Here we go, fellas.
Just when the sight screens move, because Matthew Lake is going to come around the wicket. So they've just disappeared to sort out the screens. Slip in for Didsbury. Ben Watkin bowled very well earlier. Face his first ball. And he's cut it nicely and hard. They can't stop him on there at point. So both batsmen off the mark straight away. Watkin 3 for 28 from his spell. Connor Diath a couple of super catches he took in the deep. It was a great effort in the field from Sale. It really made a big difference how they caught their catches. Very much Didsbury's first half, and then Sale caught that really well. Until 22 on the last 2 overs took Didsbury to 151. Single can't be stopped. Back to the ball. There was a single there. Single will they've just got to bat sensibly here. We don't need to go mad. We don't need to play well, but we don't need too mad. That's one of my it would be a long way short, possibly hit would have been interesting, but single in the end for Ben Watkin edging that one into his pad. Sharp early calling, even with all the men in the fielding circle. So batsmen finding the singles, getting themselves going. We know that keeping their wickets in hand is going to be the key. Short wicket and football well played. So that's football to finish the over. Fit. 2 overs there. Nicely there. Now I'm thinking this is going to be Raza in the end. From the Fletcher Moss end. He's certainly telling everybody where he wants them.
Got it, Raza.
He's going to be coming. So wicket. Tricky spin ball around it, experienced. Players. Evening, Dan, how are you? Stephen Newton.
Got it, Raza. Here we go, mate.
Sale colleagues supporting the visitors tonight. It's lovely even for watching. Miles are in. Ball into Ben Watkin. Survived that.
Good stuff, Fraser.
Barreling in onto his off stump. He jammed down.
Good, mate.
It spun just past the stumps.
Good, Raz.
Slip.
Yes, Bidders, just the one.
Two men who were out. That's one of them. Tom Bidwell is out at wide. One
Right down then.
So that's going to be a single. So yeah, it's now on Bidwell staying out there. So he's up at one.
Fraser, good, yeah.
Deep mid wicket. The two men out. So else
Go on then, Raz. Here we go.
in that fielding circle. Defensive ring as Miles will be adding to Coldiath. Can't get a run there. James Micklethwaite.
Good, Raz. Lovely areas, mate.
An extra cover.
Top work, Ryder.
Was stumping there. Ryan Wilson looked a square leg in the field, but Chris Hyde's at point, so we had to suddenly look round to see where the umpire was. But, well, that will have been tight by Chris Hyde. Quite happy that batsman was well in his ground. And a bit of a scramble here, and the LBW appeal was turned down. The ball goes away. Wanted the single.
Really good stuff, Fraser. Great stuff.
Watkins sent him back. He was almost run out there. A direct hit. Might have had him struggling. As it is, it's a dot ball. He just won off this over so far, and he's changed that. He's actually hit that very nicely, Conadiath. He's found that placed that nicely into the gap. So that'll be a disappointment for Ramsamian.
Good round then.
An excellent end to the over himself.
Come on.
Nicely placed 4 off the last ball. Changes in, so a couple of shaves for sailing that over, but they're still intact. 9 off 2. Good shot on that last ball, particularly nicely placed. Top of the order. David. Edged by Watkin, that's down to third man, and then over well, just to out of shot. Fielding tidily. Ben Watkin. Double figures. Third man now, so third man and deep mid wicket on the boundary. Laker is in. He's hit that hard distance. Jeffrey couldn't quite stop that. So I meant to say firmly right to the field, but it was hit so well. Skewed off Jason Jeffrey's leg as he went down to field the ball and an easy single. Sipping my coffee. Ben Watkin hit beautifully. Chris Hyde confirms 4 runs there. That was nicely hit by Ben Watkin. Just in the slot for him, and he picked the gap. Mid off and deep extra cover. Many times in these commentaries. Once it's past you, you're going to do very well to stop it. And Collier, they're both batsmen at the same end now. Can he get it back in time? It's a direct hit, but the batsman got back. And in the end, Collier run 2 there and got no runs. He ran right up. Ben Watkin not interested at all. Both batsmen momentarily at the same end. James Micklethwaite just out of shot. Gathered the ball as quick as he could, threw it in and hit the stumps, but that's been well back. Now that's a more comfortable single. Just in the right spot there. So, she was in at 3 for Sale. Like a fiddler's elbow. These two are going about it. Hit hard and almost caught Chris Elston diving at cover. It's a single in the end. It's difficult to call on a drop because it was hit hard and he was going full length to try and catch the ball. In the end, it's more a case of stopping 4 than dropping a catch. That was hit really, really well. Just a single off that last ball. So 17 off 3 overs. Sale.
Go on, Raz.
It's intact, but a little bit on the edge. There we are. It's the nature of T20. We're 16 for none at this stage. Sale slightly ahead. They'll be pleased with that. Some of the others in.
Just one finish.
Nice. It's just going to be switching around cover and long off. Chatting with James Bidwell, the spectator. He's come in, so deepening wicket. James Micklethwaite's back now, and long off. And Watkins sweeps. He's got that on the pan. I'm going to get a signal there, I think, from Keith. Yep, there we are. So I'll signal the leg down. Very hard and well into the gap. That's beautifully hit. Right behind that as he hit that. 4 runs. Only hit it. Big gap there. Very well. Shot. He's hit it all very well. Cleanly.
Got it, Cap.
After the ball, I think this is going to be
mate. Get it in there, fellas.
To
good chase.
Not signal anything, so that is 2 runs. He's just got the bottom edge onto it, squeezed it past the keeper. 2 more runs for India. To 25. Good on to 15 off 13, and he's hitting the ball very cleanly. That's a nice shot. He's found the gap again, actually. A really nice shot. He's got it wide of mid-off, Rashid Khan, and that's raced away for all 4.
Go, Brad.
Sale, 12 off it so far, the ball left. To the batsman on the leg by. Just defends that carefully. Very well played. So, 4 overs on and Sale up to 29. Turning to a very good start for them now. Here as we're going along. Think about what we can do to 2 half chances. As the other wicket column, wickets column is still 0. I'm not too concerned about that. We'll try and take a couple in this power play. Comes into Watkins. Just push that out for a single. Nothing that James Micklethwaite can do to stop that. Both batsmen go as they are doing there. That's always going to be 1. I think just happy to get Connordy up on strike. He's halfway down and hit and out. Jason Jeffrey with the throw. And Diath will be disappointed. He was almost run out in the previous over, and Jason Jeffrey there with a direct hit has brought to an end a very promising innings. It's a bit of a gift wicket for Didsbury. Needed a good throw, was a good throw, very accurate throw from Jason Jason Jeffrey and Connor Diaz has to go. Run out for 19 of 16 balls, hit 3 fours and hit them very nicely as well. So disappointment for him, but a much needed boost for Didsbury. Needed a wicket and so he left a little bit on the edge in terms of his running. He was almost run out the previous over. That one there, the direct hit beating Jason Jeffrey, extra cover. Very good throw. Which brings Mike Bishop to the crease. He's been in terrific form for Sale 2s this year, Mike. The news roundup. What's going on at Main Road? Clubs could do with taking a leaf out of their book in that regard for sure. And Mike Bishop's name features regularly. Those reports. New runs for him this season. He'll be a key man tonight as Sale chases 152. Right, just nudging up towards 8 at the moment. Don't be too concerned by that. There's still a healthy scoring rate as it is. So no real concerns there. But sorry, that wasn't as close as it looked. It was chipped up, but actually bounced the fairway in front of extra cover. As I say, Didsbury will want to take a couple and peg Sale back in this power play if they can. Oh. Bishop almost playing that one on the butts of where I was. Oh no. Where was he? Yeah. Pushed it away with his bat, as he's perfectly entitled to do. And his wicket in that way. So last ball of what could be a very good over for Didsbury. And is just one off it and a wicket. 1 of 5 dots. One of those dots, the wicket, the run out.
Right, Raz, here we go.
Connor Diaz. So again, this topsy-turvy match takes another little twist. So I think we're going to have a first change, and this looks like Tom Ridwell. So we heard a pace from the for us in the end, 16. So the last of the power play.
Bidwell.
Just to Tom Bidwell. It's probably the longest run-up of any bowler tonight. In time, the bowlers are all off fairly short runs, and that does pay dividends in T20 cricket. If you can get through your overs that bit quicker, a bit more pressure. The opposition that way, they did a good job in that regard. Just delay while you can see the sight screen being moved there. That's one of the Didsbury players down netting tonight. And a lot of people from Sale come across too. Seeing Chris Canning, the first 11 captain, wandering around somewhere. Support for both teams here. So Didsbury 41 for none at this stage. They just hit quite nicely.
Good start, lad.
As Tom Bidwell starts with it. Ben Watkin on strike. Just a run at 10 off 10 for him at the moment. Just found the boundary the once. Again, it's good for Didsbury now. 7 dot balls in a row for them. And that's the kind of pressure they need to start building up. The rate just nudges above 8. So as I say, that won't be a great concern to Sale just now. But they'll want to keep an eye on it, not let it get much higher. And that's too short, and that's going to be an easy one for Ben Watkin. I've heard Chris Elson shouting there that he was going to feel that ball. Head cat running back, but just a single. It's just 2 runs off the last 9 balls for Sale. Well, in fact, sorry, correction, 2 off the last 10 balls of this innings, and the wicket has fallen as well. So very much Didsbury's spell just now. Interestingly, the DLS par is 36 at the end of this over. Now DLS is not used, it's just purely for comparison purposes. It gives you an indication of how close the match is at the moment. And the reason I'm quoting that, as Mike Bishop drives again, and the ball has just bobbled and skewed a little bit, but Bishop still can't get off the mark. Didsbury just evening, Andrew. Just enjoying a spell in the ascendancy at the moment as Bishop pulls this time. He still can't get it past the fielder though. I'd cat there at square leg. So 6 dots for Mike Bishop. Didsbury just sensing the chance here to squeeze a little bit. Someone standing right in my view of the wickets now, and the stumps where they are, but I'll do my best to tell you what we've got. Oh, that's flicked and just gone past Rowan Agarwal at short fine leg. 4 runs. Bishop away in the end. That was the last ball of the over. But he flicked that firmly, but there was a man at short fine leg just through his hands. Good little fielder, Rohan Agarwal was going. It really was travelling that ball. So again, not going to call that a drop, but a half chance. As Tom Bidwell finishes the boundary off him, that's somewhat spoiled that over. So the power play is done, and you'll see the comparison there. Sale in the light blue. I've just dropped away below. Didsbury had a good power play, but lost their first wicket off the very last ball of it. But they were 47 off their power play. So Didsbury just with the noses in front at the moment in terms of the comparison, but still 14 overs. 117 required off those 14 overs. 117 off 84 balls, if you prefer it that way. And we're going to see Ed Catt, left arm spin bowler for Didsbury. Likes bowling from this Parswood end. It's a shorter boundary for the right-handers to try and particularly get hold of him, but he's not scared of that. He's quite happy for people to go after him. Good variations of pace and length. But he's bowling to the left-handed Ben Watkin first of all, and in he comes. Ed Catt, that's short and pull right round. Elsdon is out the deep mid-wicket boundary and is safely behind the ball, keeps it to 1. So now we've got, just looking where the field is, long on is going out, deep mid-wicket, deep backward square leg. Elsdon has come in, so there's nobody back on the offside. 2 back on the leg. Just long on, mid-off is in. That's cutting round the wicket to Mike Bishop, who hits hard into the ground though. And Jason Jeffrey there, they'll not be wanting to take him on after he ran out Colliday after the direct hit a couple of overs ago. Elston's pushed out now onto that cover boundary, so there's a big gap on the offside now for a 1 through point. And there's that backward point. And he's found that gap, Mike Bishop. There was going to be a single there. That could have kept him in, but decided to push him back and pretty much give a single, and Mike Bishop found the gap almost on cue. There's Cat into Ben Watkin, who's hit the ball, and it's very well fielded. Hashir Khan there, just out of shot. Oh. So my graphics have gone slightly askew here. That was a dot. And that was a dot as well.
Good, mate.
Just a slight problem with the graphics here. I'll just correct it. It's been 1 dot, 1 dot, dot. There we are. So we've got 1 ball left in this over. And Ben Watkin is down. He's hit that safety.
Go on, Esther, get in, fella.
Long on who is back. But it's only 1 run. Well short of the field. There's no catch there. So that is the end of the 7th over. And 38 the score. 3 off that over from Ed Catt. He'll be very pleased with that. Great start from him. See those Sale partnerships, good opening partnership, but a run out always has a particular effect, I think, on a team. It always seems to dishearten the batting team and lift the fielding team, disproportionate to all other dismissals. Still having a few problems with my graphics here, do excuse me. Anything that hopefully won't be spoiling your enjoyment. Just put that back there as Tom Bidwell is in.
Good, mate. You've got him up, mate.
Didsbury are building up quite a few dots. Well, look, we've had 11 dots in the last 3 overs, and the rate's just climbing up towards 9 now. And Sale will want to keep an eye on that for sure. No great panic yet, but it's just another single there. Hastings coming in to field from mid-off. A single for Ben Watkin, just 1-4 for him, and then the rest of it's been ones. 14 off 19 for him now. Mike Bishop 5 off 9. Struggle to get going. Let's see if this over changes it for him. I suspect he'll probably enjoy the ball coming onto the bat a bit more, as it will with Tom Bidwell. You can hear Ryan Wilson shouting at the fielders to get in position and hurry up doing it. It's a bit dozy, this. You can see Ed Cat running across. This right-left-hand combination, Didsbury are wasting time here. And they can't afford, the time pressures will count just as much for them. Oof, and that was a quick ball, almost. Oh, Bishop, and they've stopped in mid-wicket, and oof, it's an untidy single in the end. The batsman hesitated mid-pitch. It wasn't the best bit of fielding, a bit scrappy from Didsbury as well. And,
good work, Catty.
In the end, 1 run is the result, but that's untidy all round. Cat coming across now with the left-hander on strike. He's at backward point. I've got the sun right in my eyes now, so I'm just going to have to focus a little bit harder for a bit as Watkin hits it straight to Hastings, and no run this time. And this good spell for Didsbury continues.
You go, mate.
13 dots out of the last 22 balls. And then he puts some pressure on Sale. Ben Watkin will be conscious of that. But he's just done the right thing there. Just keep the scoreboard moving at least. You don't want to do a silly shot and give things away. There's no need for that at the moment. Sale's game plan, the way things are going, is try and be in some kind of range with 5 overs left. So with wickets in hand, anything is possible. But they've got to get there first. Still need another 111. And that's short by Bidwell, but Bishop just guides it straight to Ed Cat. And that's another tidy over.
Top stuff, fellas. Pretty good bowling, Biddies.
So yeah, 14 dot balls out of the last 24 bowled. Leaves Sale 41 for 1 off 8. And Didsbury just getting into the ascendancy here at the moment. They were 66 for 1 after 8 overs. And that DLS comparison, as I say, not that DLS is relevant tonight. If the scores are level, we'll go to a super over. Wickets lost won't come into it unless the super over is tied. Anyway, that's a nice shot. Elsden's caught that, and that is another good catch. Ben Watkin had got hold of the ball quite well, and Elsden had a lot of ground to cover. Apologies for the hesitancy in my commentary, as I was just temporarily blinded by the sun. But Elsden running round has become the latest fielder to hold on to a good catch in the deep. We saw plenty of those from the Sale fielders, and now we've seen one from Didsbury. And that is the end of Ben Watkin, who's out for 15 of 22 balls. And the second Sale wicket down with a score at 41. And they'll be delighted with that, Didsbury. Needed that breakthrough. Good fielding. Chris Elsden had a fair bit of ground to cover, but just caught the ball on the run. And that gives everybody a lift. And we've got Grant Whitaker, who's come out to bat. Batsmen have crossed though, so Mike Bishop will be on strike.
Got it, Cat.
As Cat comes in to bowl to Bishop, and Bishop
Hey,
is
bowling Cat.
on the
Nice,
pads.
mate.
No run. These dot balls build up, and the rates suddenly gone up past 9.5 needed and over, and dipped. The actual scoring rates dipped below 5 for the first time in the innings. And
Good Cat. Lovely
moment,
areas,
Bishop
mate.
just
Finish it off.
content to play conservatively. 6 off 13 balls for him. But he's going to have to stay there for a while, I think, for Sale to get close now. The way they're going now, he's hit out there nicely. I think he's found the gap. Yes, there's nobody down there at all through deep mid wicket.
Keep going, Cat. Good from you.
4 runs.
Don't mind a bit of that, mate.
Effective rather than particularly stylish from Mike Bishop, I think he would be the first to admit, but it's the 4 that matters.
Yeah, not bad. Cheers, but yeah. Should have seen them all
You can
drop
see
there.
the gaps there.
Would have been a
We've
world
got deep mid wicket is quite straight, and Hashir Khan's now pushing right back out to that on the sort of wide, long off position. Very deep mid wicket as Bishop pushes the ball out to Tom Bidwell,
Good work, lad.
who's coming from that squarish deep mid wicket position. Just a single.
Keep going, Catty.
So this will be Grant Whitaker, the left-hander. Makes my job a little bit easier.
Got it, Cat.
Whitaker, who bowled 4 overs, 1 for 39 earlier. A little bit on the expensive side, and he's groping for his first delivery there. He's missed it. And that's over bowled. Another over ticks by. As Didsbury really have a good grip on this game, they would say, just at this stage. 46 for 2 off 9. Sale score. Didsbury was 72 for 1 at the same stage. As we're going to see Rohan Agarwal coming in from the Fletcher Moss end. Young Rohan is a young spin bowler. He's made a very good impression in the 3rd team where he's been playing his cricket. Young man, very quiet but plenty of confidence about his bowling. He's just looking with Raza Mayan to get the field sorted out where the deep men are going. And we've got, what have we got? Long on, Tom Bidwell. Jack Hastings is going back to deep mid wicket. Chris Elston at deep backward square. That's all I can see, I think, at the moment. There must be a man deep on the cover boundary. Is there? James Micklethwaite's in the circle. No, he's pushing back now, so we've got 1 man on the cover boundary. So 46 for 2 off 9. Sale needed 106 off 11 overs at 9.64 and over. So almost double the rate they're scoring at the moment. Mike Bishop on strike, 11 off 15 balls for him. It's been a circumspect start as he faces young Rohan Agarwal, and he's beaten first ball. And you can hear the noise from the Didsbury fielders for Rohan. He's, as I say, quite a little fella, but there's plenty of ability. He's not fazed by the occasion. A confident little bowler. And that's, again, another result for Didsbury. Starting with 2 dot balls, that's 30 dot balls in the last 5.2 overs. Didsbury have bowled, and there's another one. And Sailor playing themselves into a little bit of a hole here. Rate's just drifted out over 10 at the moment. And there's plenty of room for an appeal for stumping. Ryan Wilson remembers to look to point this time where umpire Chris Hyde is, but again the answer's no. But it's a dot ball. 4 dots in this over for young Rohan. I mean, a terrific start from him. Nicely looped, but he's hit that into a gap. Like they should not as clean as he would have liked. He's going to get 2 welcome runs there. Skewed that. A powerful throw coming back in. which Ryan Wilson did well to get a hand on. But just 2 off this over, and the last ball coming up already. So not yet on 50, and almost this will be the last ball of the 10th over. Bishop cuts it hard, but only a single out to deep cover, and we'll settle for that. So just 3 off that over from Rohan Agarwal. As we're at the halfway stage, and you can see the worm comparison there, really significant. Although Didsbury were losing wickets at this stage, that is a significant gap that has opened up between the two sides scoring rate. Didsbury was 74 for 3 off 10.
Got it, Catty.
So Sale still need 103 off this last 10 overs. So as you can work out, over 10 and over.
Ball down, good
at
that.
the moment, it's not clear how
You
they're
got it up,
going to
Catty.
do that, because they seem to be just getting increasingly stuck against this accurate Didsbury attack. Bishop trying to
one,
loose
Bidders.
the shackles, but he can only get 1. He's caught it well enough.
Good work, mate.
Tom Bidwell out there at square deep mid-wicket position. Yeah, 32 dots in the last 6 overs. Tells its own story. It really is something.
Oh, work, Catty.
They're trying to dab and dart it about. They're missing the ball. The Sale batsman. Right, Bishop's playing out 15 dots from his 23. A couple of dots for Grant Whittaker to start. He's worked that now again to a fielder. No run. And Didsbury will be delighted as this pressure just increases now on
Good,
Sale.
Catty. Really good, mate. Keep it up.
50 for 2. But in the 11th, he's gone past the edge again.
Really good stuff, this Catty. Top work from you, mate.
And there's no shortage of ones on offer.
That rate creep
But at the moment, they're just propping forward, it seems, anyway, the Sale batsman. That's a bit shorter, but he's let that go, and with good reason, because umpire Chris Hyde says that is wide. So a good piece of judgment from Grant Whittaker there. Useful run, an extra ball, and what can he do with this one? He's let that one go, but he's not given anything that time. So just 2 runs off that over. Ed Cat, very well bowled. And we're at the 11-hour stage, 51 for 2. Didsbury were 84 for 3 at this stage. You can see the difference in the man out there, quite striking. Sale have only outscored Didsbury in a couple of the overs, and that was right at the start. And this real string of dot balls is starting to seriously hurt the Sale chase. Right, it's over 11 now required. As Mike Bishop, I think, has found the boundaries, cut that, and to a great relief, yeah, has got it past the man coming round from deep cover. 4 runs. He had a 4 over 3 overs ago, Mike Bishop. But it's just, there's been a lot of dots in that time, just 2 singles and a 2 and a wide in the last couple of overs, so that'll be a welcome relief to him. He's glanced that nicely, but no run. You can just see Matthew Laker coming round there quickly. Keeps it down, still that rate above 11. 97 needed for Sale. As the overs and the balls tick by, and that's straight back at young Rohan Agarwal. The Didsbury fielders are fancying this, they're getting louder, and they know Sale are going to have to start hitting and taking some chances soon. Such is the decline in their scoring rate. And Bishop's done it again, though, nicely with that. I'm right behind that, and that's gone straight through for 6. Fielder confirms he hit it so cleanly, so well into a gap through square cover. It's a shortish boundary there, but that is still a decent hit from Mike Bishop. And let's see if that gives him some impetus. He's into 25. And he's, yes, found it again. It's going to come round and this is much more like it for Sale and for Mike Bishop as well. 6-4 the last 2 balls, also 4 earlier in the over, and all really good shots from the Sale number 3. 65 for 2 the score, and some much needed encouragement for Sale. That's the last ball of the over to be bowled, and he's hit him again and got him again. Nice. I think it might be 6 more, is it? Is it 6 more? They're just double checking with the fielders. 4 runs. It's given us 4. I have no idea whether that's 4 or 6. I could see it was a boundary, but even so, a good over. Very good over indeed for Mike Bishop and for Sale. 18 runs coming from it, by far the best over they've had in this innings. And just shifts the complexion slightly. You see that worm just picking up quite markedly in that last over there with that assault on young Rohan Agarwal's bowling from Mike Bishop. Some nice hits there, nice clean striking of the ball. So 69 for 2, 83 required off the last 8 is Sale's target, and Ed Catt is going to whistle through these overs, Ed, and he's going to suddenly bowl his last one. 3 overs for 10 so far with a wicket. And that's been a big reason to put Sale have been under so much pressure. As Catt's coming in, to Grant Whitaker, who's just conservatively swept that nicely. That's better play from Sale now, a single for Whitaker. So after that very quiet period, as I say, 18 in that last over, and now nice clean single off the first ball, just to get a bit of momentum into this over. Switching the strike, left hand, right hand, a bit of a challenge for the bowler. Mike Bishop. Huge appeal, but bowler not even particularly interested.
Good mate, keep it up.
Didsbury will be as happy with the dot at the moment. Bishop aiming a huge blow over that shorter leg side boundary. It's a tempting hit. He's dabbed that, but straight to Razamian at short third man, I suppose you call that, really. He's in the circle, but he's so deep. I'm going to go for short third man anyway. It was an effective fielding position. Mike Bishop picked him right out. Dot ball. He's gone for it again this time, and this is what Ed Catt does. As I said earlier, he likes bowling from this Parswood end, even though it's a shorter boundary. He doesn't mind the batsman going after him. He'll get hit once or twice, but this has been a terrific over so far. So 2 balls left. Now what can Bishop do? He's just going to get a hesitant one. Rohan Agarwal is round. Not sure at first whether to go on up, but easy run there. But just 2 off this over, and after the momentum of the last over, suddenly the rate's back up above 11 again, and it's the last ball of Ed Catt's spell. Whitaker has gone for it, and I think he's hit that well. I don't think Elson's going to get to that. He's not. He's hit it very well. So Ed Catt will be disappointed with that, but well hit, Grant Whitaker. He didn't try and hit it too hard. He placed it. There's a big gap there behind square and found it very well. So encouragement for Sale off the last ball of the 13th, as they are on to 75 for 2. So plenty of wickets in hand. You can see this partnership just beginning to develop now. 34 of 29 balls, and it's a useful little boundary count in amongst that lot. So we've got a lot to do, Sale, but with these wickets in hand, they'll be more than happy with that. And we're going to see, I think this is an enforced change, really. So Jack Hastings is going to bowl from that far end, the Fletcher Moss end. He's a quicker bowler. Rohan Agarwal going for 18 off his previous overs, so Ryan Wilson ringing the changes. Just a word for Ed Catt as well. 4 overs, 1 for 16 for him, with that 4 off that last ball of disappointment. Just conceded a couple of boundaries in that spell, though, Ed. And just looking at how many dot balls he bowled. 7, 11, 12, 15 dot balls in his 4 overs, so he'll be pleased with that. Anyway, let's get on with it, Didsbury. Seem to have taken an age to set this field, and Hastings still hasn't bowled a ball yet. What have we got? Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, and a very wide long off as well. Hastings bowls off the wrong foot, and Bishop sent back. Not way to get around there at short fine leg. That's Ed Cat. Just look at the comparison. Didsbury 93 for 4 at this same stage, so Sales have a lot to. I think that might be wide as well. Is that going to be wide? Does that come off his pad? I think it's flicked his pad. No signal from umpire Keith Tysall, so got away with that one a bit, Jack Hastings. He's very front on, Jack, so it's going to spear a little bit leg side. Off that wrong foot action. It comes down at a decent pace, but I don't think Mike Bishop will mind that too much. He'll like the ball coming onto the bat, and there he's just eased that away for a single. So again, it's a burst from Sale and then a quieter over, but that fourth, the last ball of the previous one, and now just one off the first 3 of this over, so the rate continues to be a demanding one. 11.6 at the moment in need. 76 more runs of 6.5 overs.
Elston.
But lots of wickets in hand.
I'd go a bit finer if I were you, buddy. Yeah, no worries.
Batsmen coming in know what they have to do. So it's, although it's not a great position for Sale, it's not a terrible one either. With, as I say, with those 8 wickets still, they will know that anything's possible, and that's gone straight up in the air though from Grantwood to get Elston underneath it again. It's a steepling catch. He's dropped it. It's
lucky lad.
I don't think he'll be very pleased with that, Chris Elston. It's gone very quiet. He should have caught that, and although it went very, very high, a little bit half-hearted in the end. It's a single. Important thing from Sal's perspective as well. Bishop again, they're pushing out for 1. So they'll be disappointed, Didsbury, but still just 3 off the over. And the rate for the first time hits 2 runs per ball now required for Sale. Last ball of this over, Hastings in round the wicket, and I thought he bowled him.
Good, Aisto, very good.
Oh gosh, it looked for me like he bowled him, but it just went straight through. Anyway, it's a dot. They'll be happy with that, Didsbury, and I'll take that. And again, another over whizzes by eventually. Once it was slow to get started, but once we got through it, that was a better effort. 78 for 2. You can see there the Sale card. This one's scoring under a run a ball, and with 6 overs left, they still need 74 runs. So Didsbury just trying to move a little bit smarter. We're going to need a new bowler from this end, boys. Come on. Ed Cat's standing there with the ball. He knows he's bowled his 4. We haven't got another bowler ready. What's going on here? Oh, well, this is poor from Didsbury. What on earth is it? Tom Bidwell is going to come on and bowl. But these delays are not helping them. Just having a look at my time. It should be okay. Started at, I've got 19:39. And we're at 8:26 now, but Bidwell is going to bowl. He's got to mark his run-up out, because he bowled from the other end 2 overs for 8. And this is all taking time, and in the second innings, if the overs are not bowled within the time the umpires allow, the 75 minutes, it's 10 runs per over that you are short, which could make a heck of a difference. So Didsbury just need to smarten up here. That's poor play. Should really be ready to bowl and know who's bowling when. Anyway, we can get underway now, and hopefully Tom can get through this over in good time. It's bowling to Mike Bishop. That shot has gone up in the air. Now Bidwell himself has come underneath it and has caught it. And that is a key wicket. Mike Bishop knows he had to do something in terms of finding some boundaries. And in the end just was on him a bit too quick. Spooned it up in the air, and Tom Bidwell takes a very handy caught and bowled. And the danger man Mike Bishop has to go. 36 off 38 balls. for him. 6 and 5 fours. Bit of a curious thing. 23 dots in those 38 balls that he faced. But found the boundary very well a few times. But I think he knows that his dismissal really leaves Sale up against it now. The captain, Gareth Watterson, has come in. But the batsmen have changed ends. So Grant Whitaker, the left-hander, will be on strike. 2 GWs in now. Which is far too confusing for the likes of me, I must say. I'll have to have a word with Sale about that and get some names changed or something. Didn't even recognise it was Gareth bowling the first over. That was a bit of a blooper from yours truly. The latest in a long line, I can assure you of that. Anyway, right now we've got Whitaker on strike, and Bidwell is going to bowl to him. 74 wanted still for Sale. As Whitaker, I think he might have found the boundary. Has he found the boundary? No. Oh, he has. That's a poor piece of fielding. Right down, just out of shot. Raza Mian coming round, slid, I think, past the ball. He went too far, and the ball sort of spun back past him. So, not the most convincing shot by Grant Whitaker, but no matter. 4 runs. Well, very precious runs indeed. And Sale will take that. So 70 the requirement now as Bidwell is in. Whitaker again not too sure where that's gone. He was looking through extra cover and it's gone down to fine leg. That's one of my shots, that is. I used to claim I was fooling the fielding side by looking up through one area and hitting through another. But, the edges of my bat, very well used. So Captain Gareth Watterson facing this first ball, a big task. 12 and a half and over required, over 2 a ball. 69 off 5.5 overs, the requirement for Sale as Bidwell is in, and that's a bit quick, I think. Now that's going to be a bye. I think that's beaten everybody. They've completed 1 bye, yes indeed. A signal from umpire Chris Hyde. But, I think that's really done him for pace. Might just be able to make out the bells of St James Church down the other end of Fletcher Moss Park. Lovely church there, got some friends down there. And part of the great Didsbury community, as is this club. Certainly the second 11 here doing the club proud tonight, because they've, with every dot ball now moving one step closer to finals day. Romilly, Toft and Grappenall are already there. It's the last quarter final to be played. And Whitaker's spooned it. That's going to be safe enough. It's only going to be 1 though. He didn't. Had he really gone for it, he might have holed out, but he just held back from really giving it the beans there. And just takes a single, but Didsbury won't mind singles now. Goodness, 85 for 3 of 15. See a good bowling effort there from Didsbury. There's 2 wickets and the run out, but it's the way that they've bowled and just kept things to a minimum in terms of offerings for Sale to really hit, that has put Sale in this very difficult position now in terms of winning the game. They need 67 off 5 overs. Jack Hastings coming in. And Whitaker again is just going to poke that, and he's not going to get a boundary. He's only got 1 run. He's not really gone for the shot. And as such, has just only got 1 run for it, when perhaps the boundary is more inviting. And it's boundaries that Sale need now for sure. Not going to do it with 1s and 2s. Hastings into the captain, Gareth Watterson. Every dot ball Didsbury quite happy with. Really won't mind that at all. Sale seem to have lost all confidence here. Decent start, but just couldn't keep the momentum going from that. And tight Didsbury bowling again there from Hastings. Wilson with the bails off in a flash. dot ball, and the pressure just keeps building and building for Sale. And they can just push out for a single. Captain, that's all right. I won't mind that, Didsbury. Quite happy for the ones now. I'd say the power play was fairly evenly matched, 35 for 1 after the power play, Sale, but they just got so stuck in that 12 overs. Just 34 runs off the next 6 after the power play. Whittaker's a defiant blow there. I think he's found the road with that. He's certainly gone for, that's gone miles. Yeah, way out of the ground. Actually, really nice hit from Grant Whittaker. Be pleased with that.
Come on, Dave, Stowe. Come on, Dave, buddy.
Very effectively. Nice, solid clunk off the bat. And that's another one out on Onslow Road. 93 for 3. Sale move on to. Well, someone's got the ball back quite quickly, thankfully. So no long delays here with that. So yeah, 93 for 3. So still huge requirement though for Sale. 59 still needed. Missed the last ball of the 16th. He's gone for it again. Whittaker, he's going to get. I think that's going to be a leg by though. Keith's going to. Yep, give me the leg by signal. It's a run. Is the key thing. So 9 off the over for Sale. 94 for 3 off 16. This now a huge ask for them. So that middle period after the power play, the next 6 overs, just 34 runs and a wicket really derailed them. Despite 18 off the over that Mike Bishop took off young Rohan Agarwal, they weren't able to really keep that kind of momentum going in the scoring rate. Whittaker's done his best. He's hitting out as well here. And to good effect. He's got that past the diving head cat at extra cover. 4 runs for him. So perhaps a little too late, but nonetheless effective from Grant Whittaker. He's gone 6 leg by 4 off his last 3 balls. And Sale approaching 100. That's gone up in the air. I think that's going to be caught though by the wicket keeper. It is. Spooned up and just out of your shot. Ryan Wilson completed the catch, and Grant Whittaker had to keep hitting, and in the end could only spoon one up for wicketkeeper Didsbury captain Ryan Wilson to take, and that's the 4th Sale wicket at 98 for 4 to score. Whittaker out for 23. Some good hits, 18 balls, so his strike rate healthy enough for 6 and 3/4 there. But, apologies if you heard any another Anglo-Saxon terminology being used as the batsman came off the field. He was talking to his teammates, so there was no intention to say anything untoward, of course. Apologies for that if that was the case. Anyway, we've got Datu Vadakut has come in, but he is not going to be on strike. The batsman crossed. The captain, Gareth Watterson, will be on strike instead. As the game has now, I think, got well and truly away from Sale. We need something remarkable in the next couple of overs. A series of boundaries to get themselves any sort of chance. Didsbury, the more dot balls they bowl, just going to have a little count up in this innings. 53 dot balls they've bowled, Didsbury, and that has made a significant difference. That's swung. I think that's going to be just a bye. It was missed by everybody. Cat calling the captain through. Yep, for a bye. Second time that Tom Bidwell's done him for a bit of pace, the Sale captain. Now 99 for 4. So that left-handed bat to Vadakat. See what he can do. First ball of this match from Tom Bidwell. He's nicked it away very comfortably for a single. Down to fine leg. Nicely played, and the 100 up for Sale.
Go on, Tommy, keep it up there, mate.
17 overs. Now Didsbury were 122 for 6 at this stage, so quite a way ahead on runs, but not miles away. And obviously more wickets had gone. As I say again, it was a super effort in the field from Sale. Caught really, really well. But Didsbury took 22 off the last 2 overs, got themselves up to 151.
Go on, Tommy.
Sale started brightly. Got choked up in the middle with a string of dot balls. And the captain again adding to that string because he's unable to get hold of that. And that's Tom Bidwell's spell completed. He'll be quite happy with that. So after 17 overs, there's the score, as you can see, at 100 for 4. And it really will take something very special now. To prevent Didsbury from going into the final. Just put Jack Hastings bowling, but it's not going to be Jack, it's going to be Raza Mayan coming back. 2 overs for 16, Raza. Tom Bidwell bowled out, 4 overs 2 for 19 for him. He'll be very happy with that. Decent little innings when he batted, and a tidy effort with the ball as well for Tom.
Go, Raz.
So I'm going to look, just 3 boundaries off him, but 2 very useful wickets as well, including that of the key man Mike Bishop for 36. So the top score of the evening for Mike, but needed a bit more from him and the other Sale batsmen as well, I'm afraid, tonight, as Vadakat is beaten first ball by Razaman, and another appeal for a stumping. Ryan Wilson, but again umpire Chris Hyde unmoved at square leg. But the dot ball is all that Didsbury will care about. Just dotting away now. Had Cat coming in from backward point. Prevent any run there. That's nicely down the pitch. Vadakat, but it's only going to be a single. Down to Tom Bidwell at long off. It's funny how all these quarterfinals in the second 11 T20 trophy are going to look, well, certainly this one looks like as well it's going to be another comfortable win. They've all been comfortable wins for the sides, for Toft, for Grappenhall and for Romilly. And this one looks like it's going to be a follow the pattern. Single for the captain there. That hasn't gone on. There we go, it's gone on now, 102, that's the score, that's right. Nice hit from Vadakat. He's just looked a bit slow to be setting off there, but Didsbury aren't bothered by that now at all. We can have one, no problem. Just a nice easy throw, they don't need to do anything silly. Yeah, they're going to be okay time-wise as well. I'm just checking my clock. Hour and 3 minutes so far, so we should be well within time. As captain hits well into the deep, should be 2 here. Well fielded Tom Bidwell, but can't prevent 2. That's good running from Datu Vadakat. Got back smartly to make it 2. But just 5 off that over from Razamian. So Sale not really doing themselves any favours. And you can see the worm, after the initially being very close, the Didsbury acceleration, despite the loss of wickets, has proved to be the key factor, because Sale just have not been able to get momentum into this innings. 105 for 4. Still plenty of wickets in hand, but when they need 47 off 2 overs, it's not a lot of use. You see Matthew Laker to complete his spell. Good opening spell from Matthew. It's 13 runs off his 3 overs and a number of testing deliveries, and there was a run out during that opening spell of his as well. So he'll be looking to round off a good performance. He's getting back smartly to his mark, which is good to see. He's going to come round the wicket to left-handed Vadakat. Bowled it now, he's 2 full actually, and that's going to be 4 byes, I think. Nobody can stop that. Yeah, off wides actually, the umpire signals. Knew it hadn't anything, but that's not a good start for Matthew Laker. A gift of 5 runs for Sale. So let's try again. Matthew Vadakat can only defend that this time. There was a 5 wides towards the end of the well, actually it wasn't towards the end of the Didsbury. I'm just looking at it. It was actually Matthew Laker batting and got a 5 wides, which helped his side, and now conceded it off his bowling. That's edged and caught, and yes, and gone. Ryan Wilson had on to that. Sounded like a nick. I think he grabbed it between his pads rather than cleanly catching it, but no matter, it still counts as a catch, and Datu Vadakat has to go. He's out for 3. And the 5th Sale wicket falls with a score on 110. Datu Vadakat 3 off 7. And this, I am told, is Lionel Thompson. No, it can't be Thompson because I can see him there. So I'm going to just have to have a little look and see who this actually is. Left-handed, I think this is Joe Malloy. That's what I'm going to go for anyway, and apologies Joe if it's not you, but I was told Lionel Thompson was coming in next. It's clearly not Lionel because I can see him just down here. So I'm going to go for Joe Malloy. See him, and it's definitely not Richard Adams, and it's not Jared. So yeah, Joe Malloy it is, definitely. And he's almost gone first ball. It was a bit too quick for him. We're just wanting to get through. They'll be okay because as long as they're bowling the 20th over within the time, they'll be well within the time. Not any run penalties for them, as Joe Malloy, who did field extremely well earlier, took a very nonchalant catch, a very good catch earlier, and was flinging himself about, covered a lot of ground, saved quite a number of runs actually. And a very good fielding effort by Sale, I thought. So the captain, Gareth Waddison, it's all a bit forlorn now. 41 off 8 balls is the requirement. He's going to take 1, which isn't a lot of use really at this stage, but nonetheless it's a run. I'm sorry about that, my graphics have gone a little wrong. Yeah, that's it. 112 we're on, and that is the end of the over now. Yeah, there we are, so that's fine. 5, 6, 7, yeah, so 112 we are right. Apologies for the graphics sometimes skip on a little bit too quickly for me. I'd like to tell you I'm too quick for my own good, but that would be a little far from the truth. As we get to the last over, so Razaman's going to bowl it, and the game just about done. Sale have ultimately come up short. There have been some decent partnerships, but they've just taken too long over it, unfortunately for them. And Razaman will just finish off proceedings here. Gareth Watterson on strike, and the game coming towards a bit of an anticlimactic conclusion. Didsbury just coming up to the 70th minute for their overs as well, actually, which is stumped. Yeah, the captain is given out stumped there. I was just looking at the time, sorry, as that was going on. How long they've taken. They bowled their overs very quickly at Bowden, 65 minutes for 20 overs there, which I think kept them in the game. And it's done them no harm tonight either. As another Sale wicket falls, the captain stumped for 5 off 12 balls. And Lionel Thompson is going to go out to bat now. He's just only got 4 balls to face and no hope of doing anything of any great effect. As the last knock into the match play out. So, as I was saying, it will be another comfortable quarter-final win. We've had 3 of them in this competition, and this will be the 4th. A 40-run margin, while the defending 150, I think, is quite a substantial margin. And Didsbury have done extremely well to pull that back after a nip-and-tuck power play. Thompson's going to be off the mark on the first ball. Yeah, got an edge on it. So a run for him.
In the covers, mate.
Just enjoying those church bells being rung. Bit of campanology down at St James's as the last inning balls of the match play out. Joe Molloy just gets that back to Razamian, and the game almost up and done. See if he goes for a big one in the last couple of balls. There's a chance for you, young man. He might get a couple here. Lionel Thompson calling him through for 2. It's fielded on the deep cover boundary by Matthew Laker. And 2 runs it is for Joe Molloy. And the last ball of the match. Sorry, I'm ahead again here. They're going to take a single off the last ball. So we've had a call of over in time. Let me just correct the scores there. Single off the last ball for Joe Molloy. Brings us to the end of the match. And Didsbury have won by 35 runs. You can see there quite clearly from the scorecard, 116 for 6 in 20 overs. After Didsbury made 151 for 8. Sale ultimately coming well short. I'm a little bit disappointed in that in one sense in terms of a game for the neutral. It was a decent power play. Ben Watkin and Conor Diath were striking the ball very nicely. 1 or 2 alarms with running, but they got off very well. 30 in 4.2 overs before Conor Diath was run out. Direct hit, and then Mike Bishop just couldn't get going. Any momentum in his innings. It was 15 off 23 balls. Didsbury have bowled 64 dot balls in that innings of 120 in total, which makes a huge difference. It shows how tightly and well they've bowled. They're just trooping off the field now. And yeah, it was an excellent performance in the field after an okay total. Not a massive one, but a decent one. 22 off the last 2 took them to 151 for 8, and Sale just ultimately weren't able to keep up with the rate. Got choked in the middle, and despite a good over, the 12th over where Mike Bishop took 18 off Rowan Agarwal, that was as good as it got. Some defiance from Grant Whitaker, but other than that, it's been a comfortable win for Didsbury, who go through to finals day. The players just in front of me, all punching fists. And Didsbury will join Toft, Grappenhall and Romilly at second 11 finals day. Venues and fixtures etc. The ties for the semi-finals will be announced. Didsbury players just walking off in front of me. And I hope you've enjoyed our stream tonight. Some decent cricket played, and the quarterfinals all decided now, and the lineup for finals day in the second 11 trophy this year decided with Didsbury winning by 35 runs. Thank you for watching. I'm James Emerson, the Didsbury